The date is October 15th, 1983. I am Maria Santos, the medical examiner for Wythe County, Virginia. We recently got word from the county judge that we are being required to record our sessions due to a mandate from the court stating that we are currently under investigation. I told them that until they could provide camera equipment, the best we could do is an audio log, and they said that would be fine for now. With all that being said, this is case 83104. The body belongs to Jordan Nathaniel Harlow, who passed away 6 days ago on October 9th, 1983. The body was brought to our office 2 days ago on the 13th from Grafton Heights, an unincorporated town to the south of Wythe County. Location of death is reported to be Harlow's residence, 8905 Garrison Lane. Time of death has been placed to be between 11 to 11:30 p.m. Autopsy shall begin now. Holy shit. The body of Jordan Harlow has clearly experienced severe trauma. On initial inspection, it appears that not only is the entire forearm missing, the thoracic cavity has been excavated, for lack of a better term. Along with this, the frontal lobe section of the cranium has been caved in several inches. Upon furthering the initial survey, it appears that the digits on Harlow's right hand are missing as well, with what appears to be teeth marks at the major knuckles and all his fingers and thumb. To add, a hole that appears perfectly circular can be found on his thigh, seeming to bore through the sartorius and rectinius muscles. Though evidence is already rather apparent that Harlow was violently killed, we will continue with the autopsy to see if there are any other internal injuries. I believe that should be enough information for the report. Based on the information I gathered during the autopsy, along with the report filed by the police, The break-in that happened on October 9, 1983 was for the purpose to kill Jordan Harlow. It appears that the point of this was not just to simply kill Harlow, but to also inflict as much pain as could be possible, with injuries such as what will be referred to as the bore hole, and the fingers being eaten going to further this statement. Most importantly, whoever did this to Harlow appears to have a personal grudge or hatred towards him. Later injuries such as the thoracic cavity being hollowed out goes to show this. I believe the order of injury to be as follows due to my investigation along with the police report that was filed. 1. Harlow's arm is torn off by some immense force, sending him across the house. 2. Due to this immense force, Harlow's right shoulder is shattered as he crashes into the wall, receiving several small cuts and lacerations to the top 2 layers of his skin. 3. As Harlow attempts to crawl away, most likely to the door, the aggressor comes up to him and drags him to the wall. Most likely using some instrument such as a drill, the bore hole is created, cutting through the sartorius and rectinius muscles, but going no further than 2 inches. 4. The fingers were chewed off, slowly. A biological substance was found on the nubs of Harlow's fingers that was not his, being most likely the aggressor's saliva. Bite marks indicate that the aggressor took their time biting through the fingers, appearing to start one, and then start another, leaving the prior finger partially attached. 5. After Harlow's fingers were bitten off, his head was caved in. This was, without a doubt, the killing blow, despite the damage to his arm. Though he was bleeding out, this strike to the frontal lobe of his skull sunk his skull in around an inch. The part of the skull that was sunken in was shattered, with very little sign of any bone fragments bigger than 2 centimeters. It is most likely that this injury was inflicted with a sledgehammer or some similar instrument due to the size of the caved-in area and the damage Harlow sustained. Number 6. The final injury was the total removal of the thoracic cavity. Despite the initial observation of it being a clinical removal, the injury sustained to the inside of the back and remaining section that would normally encompass the thoracic cavity goes to say otherwise. Most likely, this was done with a 4 to 6 inch long knife, as the cut marks on the inside of the back are very similar. That being said, I do not know how the knife would be able to so thoroughly remove the ribs, lungs, and section of the spine that are missing from the body. With the ferocity that is displayed with the remaining cuts, it would be more likely to assume that there would be a puddle of liquefied remains sitting at the bottom of the hole. However, neither of the initial on-scene investigators nor the subsequent investigation show any sign or indication of this or the location of the missing body parts. This leads me to believe that whoever did this still has the inside of Jordan Harlow's thoracic cavity. Further investigations will be performed by the Wythe County Medical Examiner's Office if the Grafton Heights Police Department requests with further inquiry. However, for now, that concludes the audio portion of the medical examiner's report on Jordan Harlow.